They did not burn the ballot box the way mobs once burned crosses against the night. They did not stand in courthouse doors with dogs, hoses, badges, and spit-polished hate. This time they wore robes. This time they spoke in polished language about color blindness, as if closing your eyes could heal a wound you refused to touch. First, they said race could not be weighed when doors to college opened. They called it fairness to ignore the hill some children climbed with stones in their pockets and history on their backs. They took affirmative action, called the taking justice. Then they turned toward the Voting Rights Act, that hard-won shield carried by grandmothers who registered in trembling ink, marchers who bled on bridges named for traitors, preachers who made the Constitution sound like prophecy, students who sat at lunch counters waiting for dignity to be served, and ordinary black folks who walked into danger so their children could walk into citizenship. They did not say, "You cannot vote." They said, "Your vote may be scattered, diluted, divided, folded into maps where your voice becomes a whisper inside someone else's power." They did not slam the door. They redesigned the hallway. And still they ask, "Why are you angry?" Because we know what it means when protection is removed one plank at a time. A bridge does not fall only when the last board breaks. It falls when enough people pretend the missing boards were never needed. Affirmative action was a ladder for those pushed beneath the floor. The Voting Rights Act was a lamp held over the road to the ballot, and now the ladder is called unfair. The lamp is called unnecessary. The wound is called ancient. The struggle is called over. But black people know what America often forgets. Rights are not just written, they must be guarded. Progress is not a monument. It is a door that someone keeps trying to quietly close. So we remember Selma, we remember the bridge, we remember the blood that made the paper holy. We remember classrooms where brilliance waited for a chance to be seen. We remember ballots that carried the weight of ancestors who were counted as property, then counted as fractions, then told to count jelly beans, then told to wait, then told to prove they still needed protection. And we say, you can strike the law but not the memory. You can weaken the shield but not the hands that learned to lift it. You can redraw the district but not the truth. You can close one gate, but we have crossed rivers before. We have crossed many rivers. We are the children of people who voted with trembling hands and iron hearts. We are the answer to every system that mistook patience for surrender. And though the court may carve away what generations bled to build, we will keep building. With ballots, with books, with lawsuits, with lessons, with memory, with children who know their history is not a burden, but a torch, because the dream was never a favor from the powerful. It was a promise written in footsteps, sealed in sacrifice, and carried forward by those who refused to disappear.